Hello, Audrey S. Hello, Miss Sharon. Hope you have a great day on purpose. That's what the plan is. That's what the plan is, Audrey. And guess what? Right back at you. I'm hoping your day is going to be all that you envision it to be. Have peace, love, and blessings all your way, baby. All your way. Listen. I'm going to just take this day like I take the others. And thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to do what I can because that office is mad busy this time of the year. And it's going to get wilder in our next fiscal year, which starts in July. Lord have mercy. Keep me in your prayers. Oh, but I do what I do. And I told the supervisor here, I said, listen, because we still, oh, you're so very welcome. Um, I told the supervisor, because we still had, work to be done, and we had customers still in the building. I'm like, you know what? I don't need no more. But I have earned a couple of paychecks, although I'm only going to bring home the one. But I tell you what I'm going to do. Come 4:30, if it's still customers, y'all on your own. Because Sharon here, I'm walking out the door. I mean, because they ain't offering no OT, so no overtime. So I'm walking on out the door. Y'all got it. It's just one of me. It's several of y'all. Y'all work the thing on out, and I'm walking out the door. But I ended up leaving like 4:20. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. Wanted to get out. I mean, they should cut me a little slack anyway. I get to work around 7:30. Don't need to be here until 8:30. But I get to work. Not that I start working, but sometimes I do. I'll, get some things taken care of before the crowd comes rushing in. You said same with my office. It's hard working with government. Who are you telling? I'm with city government, so I know what you're saying. But I'm grateful for my job. I am too. And that's just how I have to kind of approach it, mentally. Because listen, I mean, I prayed for, because I've always worked in the private sector, When I was much younger, I was always in the private sector. But the benefits weren't good. Hey, Teresa, how are you? How you doing? But I've always worked in private sector, and the money was okay, but the benefits kind of sucked. And so I'm like, look, I'm getting older. I'm going to need to get me a job with some, benefits. So that's when I started putting in applications for city government. And I prayed, and it's funny though because I think I told this story a couple of times. I was right specific with Almighty with that prayer of mine. I said to Almighty, I prayed for a job, which I received. I'm doing great. How are you doing this beautiful morning? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm praying that you're going to have a spectacular day as well. But when I prayed, I said, and I was specific, guys. I really was. And thank y'all for coming in, hanging out with me for a few minutes. I ain't going to be here too long. I ain't going to keep you because we all got busy lives and things like that. But I said, Almighty, I just want a job with some good benefits. Of course, the monies would help. I want to get some good monies too. But I want to be able to help people. So I put in an application, and I was first hired by DPW, Department of Public Works. And that job became so redundant. It was getting on my nerves. So I put in for like a bilateral transfer after 6 months because you had to do your 6-month probationary period. I'm doing great. Okay. How are you doing this beautiful? Okay, I read that. Good morning, sweet soul, my girl. Love you. Thank you, baby. Love you right on back. Love you right on back. But so yeah, I prayed and I said I just want a little job, Lord. And preferably if I can get it with maybe just a phone, a computer, and a desk. Very little people, Lord, please. I was very specific in that prayer. Guess what? Almighty granted me that. I lied to you not. Didn't have to deal with a lot of customers at all. But the job just it got on my nerves really quick because I found myself in this repetitious type thing and it was getting on my nerves. It was getting on my nerves. I needed a little bit more of a challenge, right? Prayers answer everything, I believe. Oh yeah. So I went back to Most High in prayer. I say, Lord, it's me again. It's me one more and again. I say, Lord, I think I can deal with a little bit of people now. So we got to be careful what we're wishing for and praying for, you know. I said, I think I can take a couple of people, Lord. So, okay, I put in for the little bilateral transfer and I got transferred to a different department within city government. And you got to be careful of what you asking Most High for. Because I'm telling you, if the answer is yes, if you get a yes answer, and you can tell when you get a yes answer because, your prayer, you're going to get what you done prayed for. And I did. I got that second prayer I prayed for a little bit more people. But then I got into a small building. I thought to myself as I was walking up to the front door of the building, I thought to myself, I'm like, it's a small building. It can't be a whole lot of shenanigans going on in there. Woo, child, what you talking about? I tell you, where two or three is gathered, honey, some of that stuff gonna be shenanigans. I'm just saying, 2 out of 3 gonna be a little shenanigan. Well, hello, Lorraine. I'm telling you, a little building with just very few people. But I'm telling you, if it's 5 people in the building, I guarantee you 3 of them going to be with the mess. 3 of them going to be with the mess. I come in the door and had to set this woman straight. She was all up in my little beeswax. I'm like, what is really? And I hadn't even been here for, this was years and years and years ago. Those people are not even here. I'm the last of the Mohegans. Well, not the last, but I'm serious. It's only a few people still around from when I first came through the door back in '02. But I first got here, and it was two. One, I'm gonna just say it. One little old biddy, and one gal making her way on to be an old biddy. And they was in a group, and they was, you can tell people talking about because the eyes glancing over at you, and then they look away when you look over there. And so I started walking. I had to walk somewhere, and I had to walk past them. So one of them felt like she had some. That was the one that was making her way to Old Biddyville, because the Old Biddy didn't say much. She was looking, but she ain't say nothing. Not directly to me, but the one that was making her way to Old Biddyville, she found some courage to come to me. She said, "Well, Miss Sharon, when is your probationary?" I'm like, "Since when does it?" And I asked her just like this, "When did this come before you?" You know, I knew who the supervisor was. I met the supervisor. I even met the director. I knew she was neither one. So when did this come before you on your plate to deal with? That's none of your business, lady. So I said all that to say we got to be careful for what we pray for, because Almighty. And you know what I say though, guys? I count it all joy. I do, because I feel like, and this might sound strange a little bit to some of you guys, but I feel like Almighty will put us in certain situations, certain places, because there's some things inside of us that we've been dragging around for years, maybe consciously, unconsciously, unknowingly, unwittingly, however you want to fashion it, but I believe Almighty can put us in some places, not to bring harm to us, but there's some things that needs to be worked out. And I had a little bit of a temper. I had a little bit of a temper. That's why when that on her way to Old Bittyville approached me, I'm like, well, when did this become your business? When? Because people just like to, gossip and this and that and the third. But yeah, I believe that Almighty, knows what we need before we even ask. You know what I mean? And He puts us in a situation that's going to best, complete the job is getting, especially when you got something on you, like I had on me, like, because I told y'all, I know I did a video a while ago, where my mama's side, some of them, for the most part, were sweet people. But my daddy's side, now them folk over there, they was, listen, horses of another different color, okay? Them people was kind of on the crunchy side. And I had a whole lot of that up in me. Still do. I'm trying my best to work it on out. I am. I will say what I have to say. I'm not shying away. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, and I'm still learning, guys. I don't care. I'm going on 65 and I'm still learning. Do you hear me? It was somewhere I read in the Old Testament, Methuselah lived to be over 900 years old and still realized he didn't know it all. So we still going to be a work in progress, guys, but we just got to, you know, just work it out until we kind of, get it somewhere near right. Exactly. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yes, yes, yes. And sometimes I forget that, Teresa. I do because I'm such a I shoot to be honest. I strive to be honest. And sometimes that honesty comes out, but the packaging, ugh, it can leave a lot to be desired, and I don't want that. Because, you can do more harm with this little red thing in your mouth than you can in other ways. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful because people, let's just say, you can spank a child or you can, but if you say things to children or people, period, they're not going to forget it, especially if it's very hurtful. So we got to be careful. But anywho, guys, I'm going to get on up out of here. It's almost 8 o'clock. I got to start this work day. I appreciate you guys. Hi, Dirt Man. I'm glad to see you here. Hopefully you subscribe to Sharinabelli. How old are you, though? How old are you? Are you old enough to be up in here? Because if you're under 18, you can't stay, baby. All right? If you're under 18, go find yourself some crayons. Get yourself some magic marker. Don't mark up your mama's walls, though, baby, okay? That's if you're under 18. Okay, guys. I thank y'all for coming in. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, guys. On purpose. Always pray to the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, Scope. I hear you. I hear you. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. Don't let nobody take from you nothing that they didn't give to you. I'm talking about your joy, your peace, your happiness, your contentment. All those things, they didn't give it to you. They have no right to take it from you, okay? I'm learning more and more to I was talking to my grandson, Gali TV. I'm like, I am learning to, because y'all know I like to laugh when people try to be flippant, but it depends on how severe that flippantness is, because I'm not going to let people disrespect, because I'm not trying to disrespect you, so you will not bring that my way, okay? But I try to laugh stuff off. I just laugh, and cause see, I don't know what that is, but they seem to get under their skin even more. They came at you with the intention to do some type of harm to you. But when you let them know through your laughter, baby, you didn't succeed. Because the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Go sit down, small change now, because you don't want to get spit. Don't change, keep being you. That's all I know how to be, baby. I don't know how to be nobody else. So what you see is what you get. Listen, I'm not perfect by any stretch of any imagination. I make errors all day. Sometimes I don't do it intentionally. I make errors. But I'm just striving to be better than the day before. That's all I can do. With Almighty at the head. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Okay, guys? Love you and I mean it. If you have not subscribed to Sharinabelli, what you waiting on? What you waiting on? I'm waiting on you. All right, guys. I'll see y'all probably in the PM, okay? When I go to lunch. Y'all be good.